Good afternoon, everyone. It's Friday. I've got 2 pours today for Abby and Libby. Happy birthday to everyone that has a birthday. So the pour today is using the snow cones. But before I start, I want to show you a few things. I went to the restaurant store, which is near my house. I live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and I bought these grates. They usually go into the buffet pans. Whoops, the candle was hot. So I bought some smaller ones, and I have a larger one under these 2 canvases. I used to sell a product company called Young Living Essential Oils. They make a wonderful cleaner. It smells divine, and it actually removes paint. I'm not sure about oil base. It probably would. I have removed graffiti on concrete with this. So I've had this a few years. You really want to shake it up. All right. And I don't sell this anymore, but you can buy it online. It has eucalyptus, cinnamon, rosemary, lemon, clove, and even just dropping some essential oils onto paint, like especially if it's on the floor, can remove it. So be careful with essential oils. Today I'm using DecoArt pouring medium. I love this. It's so nice and creamy. In the white though, I did use my fake Floetrol, as I call it. No offense to them, it's a good product, I love it. The M1 acrylic paint extender. I'm using a chalk paint. I bought this at Walmart. It's by Waverly. Never used it before, but they're pretty colors. And I'm using 2 colors in the gold by Handmade Modern. I bought that at Target. I have a little cup of water here that I might want to thin some of the paints. I add very little water. Most of it's pouring medium in paint. I put the word love based on Dr. Emoto's. Whoops, I'm pouring it out. Well, all right, let me brush this off. That's fine. These are already primed, the canvases. I'm just going to add some white to begin with. All right, let me move some of this. All right, so this is called RoadTrip. Because I'm using gray and gold and white, just like your road. I do live in the city, so I see a lot of asphalt. I'm gonna just pour some of this just over the edges. And maybe a little bit in the middle. Now to your left, I don't know if you can see it, just add a little bit more here and a little dot in the middle. To your left is a container I bought at the thrift store. The thrift store is your friend. It holds all of the little snow cone cups. Now I did go to the restaurant store yesterday and I bought 6 ounce. So I do have to use 2. They're a little bit flimsy, of course, when they get wet. So I add 2 of the snow cones and I wet them just so they stick together better. And I have my famous spoon straw that I like. I like it because you can pick up some of the paint, and I'll show you that. All right, so the first one, I'm doing a technique, and I've decided to take some of the white, again in a snow cone, pour it in, and I keep my coffee filters over the paints. I did prepare them earlier. Okay, I want to make sure it was filming okay. The next color I'm adding is the gold. Try not to add too much of one color. Oops, gray. I really meant to add the white. That's okay. Whatever. The white. Let's add the gray now. I'm going to add it on the side. Good. A little more white in between. I did put some sparkle. I think it's called glitter dust, or I think I'm going to have too much gold, so I'm going to add white again. And some of the gray got in the way, but that's okay. So these are 6 ounces. These are larger than the other ones, which are 4 ounces. So I'm going to add some white on this side and a little more, maybe a teeny bit more gold high up, and more gray on top. Now the magic will happen. And I think I saw this technique a long time ago. I've been watching acrylic pouring, and I'm going to just cut off the bottom and let it pour out. And let it, I'm going to move the candle because it's a little bit hot. All right, I'll just leave it here. All right, so here we go. Oh, look at that. The hole, actually the hole's not that big. This is interesting. I'm gonna take one of the spoon, just gonna push some of the paint. See the cup? All right, that's great. So always keep a trash can nearby. And look, you can take the snow cone and just put it there like that so it won't drip, and I'm just gonna throw it out. I saved my spoon straws. In fact, I might just lay it right here. All right, so the next one, I might just let that sit a minute. And here's my spoon hack that I use. I took a spoon from the dollar store. It's very flexible silicone, and I cut 3 holes. This is really, well, it mixes so good when you're making a resin painting and you're mixing resin, because it has these holes in. It's just a technique. I mean, it helps mix it a little better, in my opinion. All right, so let me just take the candle. It's really getting hot. It smells so good. The candle is a beeswax candle. All right, so, okay, these are, just gonna swirl it around. Actually, I think my paints are really better today. I do look at the painting and I try to decide what I want to keep. And I taped underneath so the paint doesn't get messy. Okay, interesting. I did not add silicone. Alright, I'm going to torch it. So behind me, I have a wet paper towel, which is really good. You might need more than one, because my hand is messy. So behind this thing right here, it's just a placemat. I have another pretty one to show you. Bought them at the dollar store. The dollar store is your friend. Look at these beautiful placemats. I just use them to hide things. This back here is all the paints, and it just looks kind of messy, so I don't want to actually show that. So, ooh, look at this. So the Deco pouring medium is really helping bring up some of these cells. So I have an interesting story about the pouring medium. So I went to Michael's yesterday and I bought, not this pouring media, I got 2 more bottles. And I bought some paints, and when I went to buy it, the cashier asked me for my birth date, and I said, what do you need my birth date for? It had nothing to do with a credit card issue. She said, well, you're buying, and she pointed to the pouring medium. I said, that's just pouring medium, it's not spray paint. You know, Michael's does lock up their Krylon spray paints, and I guess it's the city. You know, people go in and they buy it, and they want to make graffiti. So, anyway, I gave her a birth date. I made myself younger. I was like a little shocked. Because, you know, pouring medium is not going to be used as graffiti, and I don't do graffiti, so I'm not really sure what was going on. But, alright, so, I think I just maybe want to pick this up a minute and see. Move that over a little bit. I do like the gray part. You know, gray, yellow, oh, so pretty. Come down a little bit more and then back. Bring this down and maybe over and up. You know, it's going to migrate a little bit, so I use my spoon straw. I pick up some of the paint. I'm just going to drip it over, whoops, over the edge. Just a little bit. Actually, I want more white, so there we go. And even over here. And maybe over this side a little bit. You know, there's a point where you have to stop because it's very nice and, whoops, something's on there. Ew, what is that? I want to get some of the white, so I'll turn it. You can see all the paint here. See the white? You know, I was a little surprised I forgot the silicone, but that's all right because look at this. It's got an interesting effect, but I think I want to maybe just actually bring it over a little bit because I really like and down. All right, that's it. I'm not going to fool with it anymore. So the next one, I do like the gray. I'm just going to get the paper towels, wipe off my hands a little bit. I'm going to take my spoon straw and wipe that off and just take off some of this. That's all right. That's really pretty. I love yellow. And it depends, of course, on the yellow. So the next one, I'm going to take my, I think I'm still going to tilt this. It's just that yellow, it's too much. I'm going to tilt it up. But then I'm going to tilt it back because I don't like it when it looks, you know, stretched out too much. Oh, okay, that's it. I'm going to torch it one more time. Oops, is that a bubble? Yep, I think I burned it a little bit. Okay, very nice. The next one, just going to take the spoon a little bit and just bring in some of the white. All right, so the next one is going to be like a road trip. Basically, take the white, put more here. All right, so white, then gray. I'm trying to make stripes here, okay? Like a road. This is a really pretty gray. I'm really happy with it. All right. Now I'm taking the yellowish, goldish. Again, I'm just pinching it. I'm going to drop little puddles because it represents the lines. Ah, my finger's cramping. And I'm not doing this, of course, exact. You know, I am just having fun messing with the paint. So I do want to put some weight in between. So it represents the lines on the asphalt. Gray and gold, very pretty. I'm really happy with this so far. I'm going to torch it a little bit. I'm running out of butane. Yeah. Look at that. The one on your right, this one, I love that. Oh, that's really pretty. It looks like it could be a geode too. All right, so this one, I think I'm gonna add a teeny bit, like a drop. That's too much. There, that's better. Oh, I added the weight on the weight. All right. Snow cones, 6 ounce. Oh shoot! I just dropped a little bit in there. Let me see if, actually here's something we can do. Just try to pick it up. That's fine. That's what happens when you do side by side. All right, so this one, look at this. It's really kind of cool. Alright, I don't know. I'm just thinking what I'm doing. Thanks for sticking with me and watching. I really appreciate it. This is really, I don't know if I like all this, so I want to add maybe a little more. And maybe, actually I kind of like that, but I think I might add just a little bit down there. And then see what that, oh, that white had some yellow. So I don't know if you can see my container. I'll try to take it out. So I bought this container thingish. I don't know what it is. Let me see if I can bring it over. So it really works out really nicely for all the, here it is. See that? It has all these holes in it. I think it's for planting something maybe. I don't know, but it's styrofoam, so I can put on my snow cones. So cool. I bought it for $3 at my thrift store, but people are saying the thrift store is getting expensive. I don't know if you've noticed that. I know people on YouTube that, I mean, I don't know them personally, but they talk about shopping and it's getting expensive even at the Goodwill. I usually go to 2nd Avenue. All right, so now I have to be brave. This, it's funny because it looks like a cartoon almost. Now this is no silicone, okay? I forgot to put the silicone, but I actually like it. I think the golden pouring medium, not golden, I'm sorry, it's DecoArt. I apologize if I said golden before. It's DecoArt. And also I did find, even though I call this that funny name, I say fake Floetrol, this actually makes really good cells. The problem is, I don't know if you can see this, not really a problem, but I dropped paint in there And it's aqua. Just very light aqua. But it's all right. You can't see there's aqua in here at all. All right, so now let's see. Oh, there's very little gray in here. It wants to go overboard. That's fine. Let's see if I need to pick up any paint. Oh, I do, because I'm going to take the paint with my spoon straw and just drip it on the edges. And it flows right over. And let me turn it, get the white. Don't drip. I'm dripping it. I don't know if you can hear the relaxing music in the background. Get some of this white. Let's see what's happening. I don't like dabbing it because it changes the edges. I just like to pour it on a little bit. That's why these spoon straws, I can't say enough about them. Let me show you. I bought these at the restaurant store also. Very addictive store. I mean, there's so many cool tools there. Here you go. Called Super Jumbo Spoon Straws, and sometimes I cut them down. They're 8 inches, but I cut them a little shorter so they stay in the cups. Alright, let's pour. I know I'm getting obsessed about the edges, but you know, I want to make sure. Alright, something fell. Oh no! Okay, so guys, listen. I mean, I don't know if I can show you this, but get a trash can. Okay, here. I better not do that. Well, anyway, that's a trash can, but don't really place it close to your table because look what happened. This really cool measuring spoon thing. It has a teaspoon in there, tablespoon. It fell in the trash, so I might accidentally throw it out. So keep your trash can away. Like, don't put it right under your table because I can't believe that. I almost lost it. I think half the things in my house are missing because they went in the trash. I mean, not half of my stuff is missing, but if I'm looking and I can't find it, I hate that. Alright, I just have to stop this because it's just, and it's fine. It doesn't, you know what, I don't know if I like this part here. I'm going to move some of these things. It's just getting in the way. I'm hiding it behind my nice placemat right here that you can't see all the mess because you don't want to see it. Alright, whoa, this is kind of cool. How do I dare pick it up? Oh, I don't know. It's just kind of abstract. Deco art, right? I'm not sure what that means. Is that a period in art history? Again, I wrote love on my chalk paint. I'll leave the link in the description about Dr. Emoto's work with writing words and giving good energy to water. And I'm sure he did some other experiments. Anyway, this is kind of, you know what, I don't know if I like, I'm going to pick it up. I don't want to, but it's kind of cool. Oh, look at that. We need to come down here. I really don't want to get rid of it. It's so cool. I think it's really cool, but you know what? I do think it needs just a tad, a little drop of white. That might be too much. Just to match the others. I might just leave it like that. I think it's kind of neat. It's just really did what it wanted to do. And this one's so cool too. And in the future, I actually don't know if I'm going to use silicone. I just like the way these look. It's really neat. I hope this one's alright over here on your right. Now this was called RoadTrip, both of them. Now look how different. Of course, I poured one like a colander, not a colander, a funnel thing with the snow cones. I love these. And this one, oh, get something coming up there. Little dots of whatever. But you know what? This, I really don't want, I know what happens. You want to touch it, you want to mess with it, and then it just doesn't turn out like the way it wants. I feel like the paint has a mind of its own, you know. All right, this is, I'm going to turn this and show you the, oh shoot, I got to move my abacus. Hold on, hold on. All right, let me push it back if I can. There we go. I want to show you the drippings. Sometimes the drippings are prettier than the painting. Look at this. Look at this, would make really cool jewelry. So I'm going to save, probably this is freezer paper. I'm going to save it. And then you can cut out the skin and put it in pendants. It's so, look at that. It's just fascinating. Even that, the black and the white. All right, let me just check and make sure everything's covered. Really cool. My husband's gonna love these. He's not a big fan of yellow, but you know what? This is just so pretty. I'm gonna take my spoon straw, pick up some of the white and put it over here. I don't really like that gray. And I don't want to get too picky. You know, sometimes you just have to pour it and say, that's what it is. It's real abstract. You don't want to be driving on a road like that, right? It'd be a little confusing. It's kind of neat. I'm not sure if I like this here, so I am just going to pick it up maybe one more time. I'm going to add some white. That will drip off, and that's fine. And I'm going to come here and add, I don't like that gray so much up there. That's fine. I like this here. Oh no, what to do? I want to get this. You know, my last painting, I had the same thing happen. I wonder if this isn't level. No, I did level it. All right, enough talking, right? Let me pick it up. Let me just move it. Take it off, and I'm going to go up a little bit, and then I'm going to come down this way. All right, that's enough. I can't, no. I can't mess with this anymore. It's just too, I'm going to let it do what it's going to do. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate your comments, giving me a like. Gonna get my spoon straw. Let me just take a gander. Oh no, there's something here missing. All right, I think we're good. You know what? You can always paint a little bit on if something happens. Now, remember, when you have yellow and you add black, you get sort of a greenish, I don't even know what, it's like a greenish yellow, more yellow than green, but I love that color. When I was dyeing yarn, I just loved green, I'm sorry, yellow and black mixed together. It was to die for. So these two are Road Trip. All right, I'm not even going to use my hair tool. You know, the hair tool I used before, and I'll show you this thing. I'm not even going to use that today because this is so abstract. I just love it, and I love both. Let me know which one you like better. This is Acrylic Pour, number, I believe it's 11 and 12. For the two girls from Delphi. I'll leave those links for some sites. You can check out the murder case, homicide case. I won't talk about the case and all the details because I'm here just to make art in memory of Libby and Abby. Libby was older. Abby was about a year younger or so. They were two teenagers. I've been following the case. I would really like to get it solved if possible. Not me, but I mean, I'm sure law enforcement is doing a really great job. So guys, thanks. I hope you like all this. It's really cool. I'm loving it. I'm going to go now, and that's the last torch. Thank you. I love you all so much. I really, really do appreciate that you're watching. Hope you'll help solve the case. See you next time.